Bing. Bing. Hello, Mater. Come on in, everybody. Like and share. Come on in, everybody. Come on in, everybody. Like and share.
Hello, Mater. It's everybody's lucky day. Geezer's here.
Yeah, it is. Well, we had a good day today. We passed in a new member. So now his road name is Spike.
Spike.
Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Popeye Live. And the title of tonight's show is One Bad Apple. Now, I'm sure you've heard that before, but we're going to tell you all about it as we go along here, and about one bad apple and how it relates to bikers and everybody else out there. But tonight we're going to be, as we speak, we're going to be working toward a rally that we're going to have in Milam County early October. Haven't quite set the date yet, but we know it's going to be early October. So you guys get geared up, get ready, and we're going to tell you all about it. That will be toward the end of our conversation tonight, because what has gone on over the years, Geezer, relates to what's going on now. And so we want to explain that to everybody. And, and it does relate to the everyday citizen, not just bikers. Because what we've seen over the last 70 years is what you're seeing today. It's absolutely incredible, everybody. The more things change, the more things stay the same. And we'll be explaining this as we go along. But right now, I want to explain about motorcycle gang databases and motorcycle profiling. You think, well, this may have nothing to do with me. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. And I want to go back. Everybody. from where we came from to where we are today. And that's what we're talking about here. There were many others that were working on bikers' rights before we came along. Many others. And so, they set the stage for everything that was going to happen. When we joined, we were working on motorcycle safety, the Motorcycle Safety Fund, which comes out of every time we renew our driver's licenses. And it was the DPS, the Department of Public Safety, that had control of these funds. Now, what happened early on is they were not spending the money where it should be spent. And they had let it stack up to the tune of $17 million. In other words, they weren't distributing the money out there to the people that teach motorcycle safety, people that teach people, new riders, how to ride. And every once in a while they need to renew the motorcycles that they're teaching on. And so, the motorcycle safety people that run the safety programs. I think I'm getting that right. It's something like that, everybody. But like we said, the DPS had control of that money. And, like I said, at the time we were stunned to find out the money had stacked up to that whopping $17 million. So we went to work on this Texas state legislature, and we got before the Transportation Committee and informed them the funds were being spent for. It wasn't being spent what it was meant for. Equipment for the people that offered motorcycle training and safety and awareness. That was the other thing. Safety and awareness.
Yeah, the DPS was actually buying equipment for themselves.
Oh, yes, they were. Yeah. And plus it was helping balance the budget.
Yeah.
$17 million just sitting there, not being spent. So it was clear to us and anybody else that looked at it that it needed to be away from the DPS and into the hands of some other government entity, like maybe the safety and awareness people. Maybe they should have been the ones that were taking care of these funds. Somebody that wouldn't lie and steal, because that's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. So we went before that committee. We got the bill passed. We got it up to the governor's desk. We got it signed, everybody. It was signed. And then Twin Peaks came along, everybody. Twin Peaks came along. And we had approximately 200 bikers that were arrested, and with no due process. Those people were innocent of any crimes. Like I said, there was no due process. There was no investigation, everybody. What they did is just came along and they just made carbon copy and charges, put them under $1 million bonds, and gave them hell for 4 years. And I mean, that was 4 years were given a ride through the hell of uncertainty. So then that's about the time we got involved, other than the Motorcycle Safety Fund. We had to do more than just the state legislature. because many of our friends that were working on the legislation that was going on at the time, they were arrested. They got caught up in that mess. They were arrested. So during those years, we created a wave of rallies, one after the other, knowing it was taking a toll on the county's budget. Oh yeah. We knew exactly what we were doing. But the prosecutor, Abel Reyna, proved to be no match for a force of unwilling to cooperate. In other words, no biker took a plea deal. Nobody. All would have to go to trial. And at that time, I think Geezer was about 154. Had to go to trial. This little county was not ready to go to trial with 154 cases. They were not ready for it. They didn't have the money for it. They didn't have the budget for it. Even though the state gave them some money, and then they stopped it all of a sudden. Oh man, it was something else. So Jake Carrizal, the first one on trial, he turned out to be more credible than the witnesses against him. He told the truth. He was trying to defend himself, his friends, and his family. And let me say this, no jury in Texas will convict you of trying to defend yourself. That will not happen, everybody. That won't happen. So then next, after that geezer, in their desperate attempt, they tried to offer a plea deal to a young man named Scooter Bergman.
Yeah.
And, they put out a pretty cushy deal. So he and his wife had the soul search, and I guess in the end, Scooter said, hey, I can't plead guilty to something I did not do. So he refused the plea deal and threw everything into a freaking turmoil, everybody. Threw it into a turmoil. So at that point, Abel Reyna was in a quagmire and running out of funds is what was happening. I mean, when your case is based on lies, innuendos, and people who are not credible, it's going to fail, everybody. It's going to fail. So it fell apart. Especially when you see 154 trials in front of you. That you're going to lose. You're going to lose. But let's fast forward back to the Motorcycle Safety Fund. Today, because of gerrymandering by the governor, those motorcycle safety funds are back in the hands of the DPS. We had thought we got them out of the hands of the DPS, but they're back in the hands. We found this out this year, geezer. We didn't know this, and when we told the legislators that were in front of us as we were getting ready to go into session about what was going on, they're saying, what the hell? This shouldn't be happening. And today, sorry everybody, and today we're back at square one with the Motorcycle Safety Fund. But that's for the next legislative session. Less than 2 years now is what we got going on. So the scam continues, everybody. It continues. See, it's not just at the national level that this crap goes on. It's not. So after Twin Peaks came a wave of motorcycle profiling and gang database gathering in Texas like you've never seen. All headed by Governor Abbott. Now, there are a lot of people that like Governor Abbott, and they, hey, look, at times he's all right, and then at other times it's just this stuff right here that's going on is no good. Is no good. And mainly because these law enforcement agencies have had their way for too long. And that's the truth of it. And no, we're not anti-law enforcement. We're not. Although there's one club in particular, law enforcement profiles, they're all capable of profiling anybody. Anybody. We've seen it. We've seen them profile a slickback. Nothing. It's incredible what we've seen over a period of time. And one law enforcement officer even said it's because we can. Just because you can doesn't make it right, everybody. Just because you can. And then, of course, we found out about Criminal Code Procedure 61.02, which mandates law enforcement of a certain size participate in data gathering. So they feel, anytime they stop you now, they're going to say, they're going to tell you that, hey, our investigation, we have probable cause because you're wearing a certain kind, not because you committed a crime, because of what you're wearing, everybody. In some of the worst places, I just wanted to mention it, Austin, Dallas, Parker County, Ellis County, Milam County, and there's a reason we'd say Milam County, San Antonio, El Paso, just to name a few, everybody. Just to name a few. And we've seen everything. I mean, certain counties are worse than others. Certain law enforcement are worse than others. Almost all have one thing in common, everybody. Almost all of them. Judges and prosecutors that work in cahoots with each other and law enforcement. We see it again and again and again. Rarely is a biker going to get a fair shake because they've been vilifying everybody for decades. For decades. Ever since that first Life magazine article came out 70 years ago, everybody.
Yeah.
And they've been vilifying us ever since. So that's how they get away with that, like in Waco, giving $1 million bails and crap like that. You get stopped for crossing over the white line and be taken to jail. You can be. You pull into your driveway without giving a turn signal and you can be taken to jail. Yes, you can. It's incredible the things we've seen, and we've got video after video of this stuff. And we'll show a couple maybe at the end of this thing. But I know you guys that are bikers, you've seen it all. So Waco has brought all these issues to the front. And now it still goes on today. I mean, like I said, thanks to the hard work over the past 2 years in the Texas State Legislature, we got really close to making a difference. We got really close. As close as we've ever been on the issues like of gang databases and motorcycle profiling. We've made new friends on both sides of the aisle who understands the issues, who get it. All of this has been happening with MROs working together. I mean, we were proud to do our part as Texas Defenders, Texas COCI, ABATE, Motorcycle Rights Organization, Motorcycle Profiling Project, the GOA, and the list probably runs on and on, including other clubs across the country. Other clubs of all stripes, all kinds. We've seen them all. We've met them. There are people out there working these issues trying to make a difference. And so, but we believe right now times are shifting. Just maybe they're not so quick to give law enforcement a pass. Just because they want it their way is what we're talking about here. Just because. There's not one motorcycle club out there that we've heard saying defund the police. There's not one out there that we've heard that are saying harm the police. Bikers comply even though they know they're being harassed, searched, and branded as a criminal with no due process, everybody. Sound familiar? Sound familiar in the past and in the future? What we see going on right now? So what we're going to do now, and because I brought it up, Geezer, there's a 24-year Army veteran. His name is Patrick. He's had a stellar 24-year Army career. He has been to every hellhole that this country has sent our troops together. And at a later date, I'll read them all off to you. He's been to every hellhole this country has sent our troops to. Has a Purple Heart, Bronze Star, various other military awards. He's got gold stripes on his sleeve. We know he's got good conduct. He was riding through Milam County, maybe at 10 miles an hour over, if that's true, even if that's true. And I don't think he got a ticket for that. So he is arrested for criminal carry, even though he had a CHL. He had a permit to carry. He had been vetted by the state of Texas as a non-criminal. But let me tell you, because of his military record, and plus me being a veteran, I do believe that he can belong to any damn motorcycle club he wants to join, no matter who they are. Because of what we have going on with all this lying, cheating, stacking of courts. I mean, my God, over here in Fort Worth, we had them put a 6-foot fence around the courthouse trying to scare the hell out of the jurors that somebody was coming to get them. Just think of this, everybody. Just think of it. That's not a fair trial when you're trying to scare the hell out of the jury to get a prosecution. That's not fair. And you know that geezer, they tried the same thing in Waco, but they put up a 3-foot fence that I could jump over. So we made fun of them. It was absolutely crazy, everybody. It was crazy. But we have these courts that collude with the prosecutor and law enforcement. And that's the truth of it, especially in McLennan County, in Fort Worth, and I would assume El Paso.
Yeah.
And San Antonio. Now the list runs on and on, everybody. They're crooked as hell here in Texas. And you know what? They're the same way at the federal level. Yes, they are. We've been seeing it. We've been seeing it big time. What do you think happened to Donald Trump? He's the biggest person to expose this mess. Thank you, Mr. Trump, for exposing to the rest of the nation what the hell is going on. And that's like we see right now. You know, how do I say it relates to this? You see, what you see is you have the media out there talking about bad apples. The police department, the law enforcement runs out there, and that Dan Bongino, oh yeah, I remember him saying just that. Hey, a few bad apples don't convict everybody. Don't blame everybody, every cop. Why does that not work for us bikers? Why does that not work for the ordinary citizen? Why not? If you can't have laws and rules for them and laws and rules for us, you can't do it. It's got to be fair. And what we see, when we look around, we see a bunch of damn unfairness that's being played on everybody. Everybody. And Geezer, I know I said a lot there. You want to comment on that, Eddie? Geezer's a man of many words.
Yes. Well, like you say, the bad apples, they're excused for it. There's just a few of them that are rogue.
Yeah.
Which is bull crap. But then they look at us. We're all criminals.
Yeah.
Whether you've done anything or not.
Exactly. And when they profile you on the side of the road, Geezer, and they put you in a gang database, which any police officer can, everybody, even though the DPS will tell you, hey, we got stringent rules, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because we know we have innocent guys that are in that database. We know it. Yet they operate under a veil of secrecy. Any of this sounds familiar?
We had one of our guys in it.
Well, exactly. A guy with security clearances and everything else, everybody. He's a sweetheart of a guy. Never been in trouble a day in his life, but he can't figure out how in the hell he got in there, and nobody's going to tell him. The only way you're going to find out if you go to court.
And they still won't tell you, will they?
I do believe in Milam they found who put him in the gang database. I think they know that. But I mean, there's so much going on, and so much that's wrong. So much that's wrong, everybody. And it's let me look something here real quick. Okay. So in Milam County, we're going to be going back, everybody. We're going to be back, and we're gonna buy some newspaper ads and stuff like that. We're gonna make a wave, everybody. We're gonna make a wave, and what we want that judge down there who's sitting on his ass. 3 years this has taken everybody. 3 years. We want that judge. We want the charges either dropped or we need a court date. It's what we need. Instead of him sitting on his ass, letting this thing linger. And we'll have more to say about this as we go along. And yes, for a case like this, where we're going to need some money to buy newspaper ads and stuff. And let me tell you, that's part of what we did in Waco. We do take donations. We do. We don't normally ask for anything, but in this case, where we're going to have to buy some ads, we do take donations. So heads up, everybody. Not only is this going to be interesting, it's we always make it fun. It'll be a good ride. Overheard something else for us, maybe 150. But it's what we do. When people have had their constitutional rights violated, we step up. We step up. We're going to do it again. We'll do it as many times as it takes, as many times as Patrick wants. And we've done this for numerous people, numerous clubs. Geezer and a lot of this stuff, it doesn't matter what club it is that's out there working these political ends. People that are trying to, help the community. It doesn't matter which one they are, which one started this or which one started that. It doesn't make any difference to us. It's about the cause, and it's about being the Constitution, about people that have had their constitutional rights violated, and people have just plain ass been treated misfairly. If misfairly is a word, I guess it is. But
close enough.
But this is where we're headed, and I want to just remind you a little bit about maybe things that have gone on. Now, this is one of the most popular videos that was out there, and this is Cody in Austin, Texas. Cody was stopped by Austin police while on his way to class, and he was stopped for a so-called traffic violation instead of a traffic stop. It was all about profiling, and this was posted at the Motorcycle Profiling Project and also on our website. So here we go. Let me spin it around, and let's see if we can make this work.
The jail or do it here outside?
It has to be done.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If it has to be done, does this happen to everybody? I'm just curious why it's me. Why am I getting detained for this? I'm going to school right now, and you're detaining me. You're preventing me from doing
we pulled you over. Okay, let's act like we just pulled you out of the air.
What'd you
and
pull me
brought you
over
here.
for?
Okay, we pulled you over for failing to use your signal.
Did I receive a ticket?
You're not going to receive a ticket. Okay, but what I'm telling you is.
Okay,
this
is new to me, sir. I'm sorry, this is new to me. It's just shocking.
Let me talk and stop interrupting me.
I don't feel like going to jail. I got class to go to.
Well, I'm not telling you you're going to jail right now, but I'm telling you if you don't allow us to take your pictures out here.
Can I call my lawyer?
We're going to go down to the jail and take pictures down there. Okay? No, you can't call your lawyer right now.
Okay, take the pictures.
Okay? That's what I thought.
Take your helmet off, please.
You want me to hold this or you want to hold it?
Whatever you want me to do.
Okay, yeah. Let's hold it.
Taking my pictures, profiling me.
13 lines
You have anything on your chest or anything like that?
No.
Your stomach, on your back? Unzip your vest and pull your shirt up for me. Okay. A little bit higher. Nothing on your back or anything?
No.
Damn, guys. This is a little humiliating, don't you think?
Get our mic back on.
Hello.
Yeah. Don't you think it's a little bit humiliating, you think? Yeah, that's right. It is humiliating. And let me tell you, the reason they stopped him was, they will tell you it's their investigation. It's a probable cause over what they're frickin' wearing, everybody. And let me say this to everybody out there. The patches that you're wearing are constitutionally protected. They're free speech, everybody. You don't see them pulling over, a airline pilot. You don't see them pulling over, not many military guys until now. Now we have them doing it. But, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, and that's what we're upset about, because this has been going on for a very long time. And this has been going on with these judges that you may not be convicted of anything, but they're going to give you a hell of a ride, everybody. Like we said, Milam County, 3 frickin' years. 3 years. We're going to get down there in front of the citizens. Geezer, what I understand, he didn't win by that many votes.
The judge.
Surely we can go down there and raise enough hell to get rid of his ass, because that judge, Judge Young, has his finger stuck in every orifice out there in that county. I guarantee you, he's a good old boy, everybody. So let's move on. Let's see if we can find something else here, Geezer. Let me see if I can get out of here without... Oh, damn. Okay, maybe I can do this. Let's make the next one work. This young man was in Galveston, just outside of Galveston on I-45, and he was pulled over by a unmarked undercover who later turned out to be a Fed agent. So they observed him, Geezer, doing 4 miles over the speed limit.
That's criminal
That's
activity.
a hell of a criminal act, yeah, But again, because of what he was wearing, and here in Texas, we all know who their number one target is. And nobody's hiding it. You think if they were a real criminal organization, there's something that they would be out there advertising who in the hell they are? I'm saying, everybody, and listen to this. When you have law enforcement out there talking about their egg, their bad apple, talking, how the hell did I get that mixed up? Talking about their bad apples and wanting to give them a pass. And in these cases, they have no proof that these guys have done anything wrong, or if their club's done anything wrong, because everybody will tell you, including the bad apples in law enforcement, or the ones that say they're good apples, will tell you you cannot blame everybody for the actions of one. In other words, the others weren't in on it. And many times these guys with the motorcycle clubs will plead to everybody and say, hey, That's not on the club. That's on these guys that are going out there and doing something bad. That's on them. It's on them. You don't blame the whole group, but yet they want to pass in law enforcement. They want to pass on it. It's what we're saying, everybody. They want to pass while we get screwed to the wall. And I'm talking about motorcycles in general. Especially when we see a guy that's not a 1%er get taken to jail for pulling in his freaking driveway. So we are gonna be going to Milam County, Geezer. I'm excited.
Well, it was fun the last 2 times we did it.
That's right.
And the people enjoy us when we come down there.
Yeah, they do. You know, every place we go, the people enjoy us. They they come up, they want to see the motorcycles, they want to visit with everybody.
In Waco,
we don't have a problem with anybody.
In Waco, the restaurant we kept going to, they enjoyed us being there.
Yeah. You talking about George's?
Yeah, I think that was
yeah.
it.
George's.
I think one time somebody bought us dinner.
Somebody bought 20 of us dinner.
Yeah. And,
that was an experience. It really was, and a surprise. It really was. But things aren't a surprise to us. But when we go, like today, we go down to the stockyards. People are nice to us. People want to know about the motorcycles. People may want to take pictures with you.
They want to talk to us, what we do.
Yes. And what do you do? Well, we're a political group. What do you do? Well, our mission is the Constitution and those who've had their constitutional rights violated. That's what we're about. Now, Geezer, I no longer speak as well as I used to. For you guys that are new, young men, young ladies, I've had cancer 4 times, and I had a chunk cut out of my tongue, so I no longer speak as well as I used to. But I try, and we work at it, and we're still on the road, and I'm still doing things. You know, it's a work of love for our community, is what it is, and for our city, for our state, for our frickin' country. We want to see everybody get a fair shake. We want to see everything be on the up and up. We don't want to see people railroaded into jail. And that has happened. Oh, let me see. Here's the other guy. Let me see if I can get this going. And that thing keeps moving around on me. It's driving. Let me get it situated, everybody. Let me see if I can do it.
How's it going, boss?
How you, sir?
How's it going?
Reason for a traffic stop. You're up there speeding.
I was not speeding. I had my cruise control set at 65.
Can you take your helmet off so I can hear you?
For my protection, I would prefer not to. And I'm recording the stop, too.
I understand that,
I
sir.
wasn't speeding. I had my cruise control. I saw you about a mile away.
Okay, I didn't observe you speeding. Undercover's been following you since exit 17 and you were speeding.
No, I wasn't speeding, sir.
Go ahead and sit that other officer up here. It's not
I'm cooperating. I'm cooperating. Am I being detained?
Yes, sir.
What did I do?
Probable cause. Okay, you committed 2 traffic violations. I told you what the traffic violations were for.
I'll take my glove off.
I need your driver's license. I need you to take your motorcycle off so I can see that that's you on your driver's license.
And he said there, am I being detained? And the officer said, probable cause. Now, to me, that's bullshit. He has stopped him because of what he's wearing. Totally is what he's doing. His investigation. Now, unless there's some kind of crime going on, and he looks to be as part of it. They have no business stopping him and asking him a bunch of bullshit questions and searching him. And coming in here in a minute will be a Fed coming in behind him. It was kind of weird, kind of bizarre. And, this happens all the time here in Texas. And, it's, well, let's continue. Here we go.
I didn't observe your traffic violations. Another undercover guy did. Okay.
Am I reaching my glove box right here?
Taxi, you're right. Did you get your ID? Do you have a firearm on you?
No, I don't.
Get your ID.
I do have a CHO, but I'm not carrying a firearm.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you. You drive trucks for a living?
Yes, sir.
Can you step off the bike for me, please? I'm assuming you are a bandito. You're not just wearing that for fun. I don't think they sell that at Walmart.
Well, you can check that out at Texas Biker Radio. You can watch it all. I just wanted to give you a sample of it. That's under Welcome Tarrant County Residents. It's we have a lot of videos like that. I guess what I should do is find them all and load them up and put them in one spot so they can all be seen.
Yeah.
Because I have to go searching for them the way our things are archived. But as you saw there, then you saw that Fed sneaking up there behind. It was kind of bizarre. But you see what I'm talking about?
Well, you said earlier there was nothing criminal going on there, but it was by the cops.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's probably we could call it an illegal stop, illegal harassment, and like another one we have where the bikers, the Fort Worth police, pull a guy over and they ask him to get off the highway. You notice in every one of these things they're complying. They're complying. It's not like a young moron out here that's running from the cops, that's doing all kinds of stuff, that's shooting at them. None of that shit is happening, everybody. Stopping a biker is a safe bet.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
They're going to go home after
That's
doing
right.
that. The
That's
biker
right.
may not, because they're going to take him to jail.
Right. So there are total pricks out there. They really are. We've seen them. We've talked to them. And, we also have one on YouTube called MC Profiling in Texas. That's on YouTube. And that's where they go into a local. Is after the DPS put out one of their famous bulletins. 800 Mongols are coming to town. Hey, look, they're going to be out there raping women and children and killing people and carrying on and doing all this other stuff. So Geezer and I decided to go over there and investigate and see just what in the hell was going on. And what we found as we were going by one of the local leather shops called Wilson's, there was a police out there all over the place, and some Vagos MC guys. So they're in there to stop and see about getting us some rain gear because it had been raining. That's what we understood.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So we worked our way inside, everybody. We worked our way inside to see what the hell was going on. We get there just in time to hear the sheriff's department, the Waco PD gang unit. That's who it was.
Fort Worth.
Yeah, Fort Worth gang unit. They were in there reading them the riot act, telling them, "Hey, this is our town. You don't put your foot down at a stop sign. You don't do this. You don't do that. We're taking you to jail." And so, I don't know. Should we give them a little taste of that?
Sure.
Okay, everybody. Hang on. We just happened to go look and see what was going on. And here's what we found, everybody. Here we go.
I just want some barbecue. They didn't do something.
Right here at Jeff Wilson's Leather, man, Fort Worth PD. Harassing bikers. For absolutely nothing. Apparently it's against the law to be on motorcycle, biker. What are they being detained for?
You're absolutely right. Not everybody on motorcycles is a gang member.
Not nobody on a motorcycle is a gang member. Gang members. So what are they?
I didn't feel I was in harm's way until that officer drew.
So why aren't Bloods and Crips being arrested left and right? Why aren't Latin Knights and all these other gang members? No, just clarify that for me. Because those are gang members.
You read the DPS gang assessment report? None of these guys are on it. This is group right here. Nobody
Sergeant Bain. Hey, sorry, we got another guy coming out.
No, why is he being detained?
Just check it out, man. Chill out. Just relax.
I just want some answers. I mean, clarify something.
If you have something to do with this, I'll talk to you. But if you don't, just.
I'm here. You pulled your buddy pulled the gun out while I was in here. I have everything to do with it.
Please, would you please stop? Let us take care of what we gotta take care of. We talked to you about it already. There's a couple of guys that were armed. That's it. It's simple. Okay. Yeah. Well, there was one guy that came back to the back, so I don't know if y'all need to speak.
He was in the bathroom.
He was in the bathroom, so I don't know if you need to check that.
It's right there. Door's open.
Somebody's phone.
That's mine. It's just people want to know what's going on. I didn't explain that.
People were armed and in our town.
Sure.
But that's not what the other guy said. The other guy said because they're gang members. I mean, not nobody I know is a gang member. He said you're painting it with a broad stroke. No, you did that. A family establishment, and the guy's pulling a gun in here with a little girl in here.
They told us to come to the front. We were back there talking.
I guess it looks like just stay right here for now.
Okay.
Yeah, because you might be a gang member as well.
I am. I'm with the bomb squad.
Bomb squad, there you go. She's a bomb.
Bomb, baby. No, I want some barbecue. They won't let me have. They won't let me have any
You ain't
barbecue.
seen her when she's hangry. You might
I
have
know. And I'm going through menopause. It's
You
not
might
a good
have to
thing.
arrest her if you don't let her eat.
Every
Look at him like
bit of
ninja
video
sandwich.
we have.
I'm all good. I gotta see what all he's got. He said he had some left.
You grab my phone.
Hey, can we go out there and film
No, I said,
Then what you stayed here for your safety? Did they get everything?
for our sake?
Yes, sir. For your
y'all pulled the gun and you're saying for our safety? Come on, dude.
They ain't gonna hurt anybody.
Mind moving a little bit? So
Yeah, can you?
They want me to hear at the door, so I'm going to be here at the door.
Why nobody's trying to get in or get out?
There should be somebody else at the door over there.
Man,
I saw a really cute black one last weekend, and now it's gone. Somebody bought it. I don't like those. I want.
so
How can I
you're
tell if this is film?
so you're a gang member.
How can I tell if this is film? Oh,
You should.
okay.
I'm glad they weren't here last weekend when we had our stuff on. That would have sucked. Oh.
He closed the door, so.
They trying to grab
Yeah,
me.
but
You
can
make
it-
sure
can
you
it
get
not
my
go
phone.
Okay.
All this is on live, but
Yeah. Oh, it's live?
oh yeah, I went live with it, dude.
Okay.
Oh, there's some more coming up. I haven't
That's
seen
what I
these
told
guys
you.
yet.
Yeah, there were some that radioed in, said they're 5 minutes out from Wilson.
Oh my
At least they got
gosh.
advertised on
For
the.
what? For what?
There was more coming.
Well, because y'all are all gang members.
No,
know,
I
they-
just want some barbecue.
This guy's wearing a patch. How come he's not a gang member?
He is a gang member.
I mean, come on.
Lethal gang.
This dude's wearing a patch. Isn't he a gang member?
You ride a
They are
motorcycle?
gang members.
They ride motorcycles too.
Crotch rockets.
I
There you
mean,
go.
Oh,
Thank
the
you.
ones
Shut the
in
door.
the one grapevine got.
I mean, it's,
Let the people, you know.
I'm being held hostage.
I mean, that's what we're doing.
Actually,
I mean, so if shooting starts happening,
This way, we would have been. We'd have been
That's
again.
being held hostage, right? Huh? So if you're being held against.
Okay, you can go see the rest of that at texasbikerradio.org or Facebook. That's where I'm sorry, YouTube is where that's at. Just type in Wilson's Leather Goods and it'll come up. That's had quite a few hits. There is another one that we posted of a red and gold member that was reading the riot act to the police. He had it. And that's had 1.7 million views. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And there you just get a taste of what goes on. What happened was they had two members, and our state has an agreement with Missouri, which has I do believe an open carry law. And they had a couple of guys that were there that were they had their firearms, and what they did was they put them in their saddlebags before they went into the place of business. Is what they did. And so, here you go. So next thing you know, they're up on charges for criminal carry, even though they're not listed in the Texas gang database, which is the latest version of that is 2018. And I'll be going over that in the next broadcast, the Texas gang database, because that's a piece of work, everybody. That is years and years and years of cut and paste is what it is. And they really have a hard time describing a motorcycle club as a street gang, which they are just not. They're not. But we're on the precipice of getting some things done. And just because the legislature is not in session, well, it is in special session now, but they're not dealing with our issues. They're dealing over voters' rights and stuff like that, which is important. But this is important in the overall picture of what goes on with our law enforcement and our courts. Everybody has to realize that it is just not hunky-dory. there are some things that need to be fixed. Like I said, we're not anti-law enforcement by a long shot. Now what we are upset, and the OG and I said this, and you know you've heard me say this 1,000 times, geezer, that we've got work to do. We've got things to straighten out. And we're going to continue till we get it done, till we get people to listen to us. And let me tell you, people are starting to listen to us. And you guys, it helps when we have backup. We don't have to have 100 people at a rally, but you know, it helps. It helps bring in the media. And it's always good to have a little bit of money to work with. We don't ask for much. But we do believe we're on the right track. And like I said, thanks to the guys and the work they did in the Texas State Legislature, we got freaking close, man. We got close. And with God's help, we'll get it done. We'll get some kind of response out of them. And like I said, even if I have to go down, I'm still waiting on an answer for my letter. If I have to, I'll go down there to the DPS, the Inspector General, down in Austin, and bang on the frickin' door. I always like to see their response anyway. It's like when we went to Fort Worth. And we asked them about, hey, what's going on with this gang unit? We got a video of that too. You got a problem with us bikers? You know? There's nothing like asking. They can't shoot you for that, even though they might.
They were very courteous. But
they were pretty courteous. They were
They
nice.
had no answers, so.
They were having fun. Yeah. Yeah, they had no answers to anything. They took my number. I'm still waiting for a call. It's just like everything else. They think they don't have to answer you, even though you're a taxpayer, even though you're a citizen of Dallas, Texas, and maybe a citizen of this country, is what I'm talking about. But hey, I'll look at things and see if I can get our videos put on one page where you can see them. And there's plenty of others out there on YouTube. You can see them every day. But we want you guys, hey, look, if you run into a bad apple out there, one of those bad apples, get a video and send it to us. Because we'd like to document those bad apples, and you know, if they're here in Texas, we'd like to go knock on their door and ask them what gives with this guy. I did that once with Sheriff Wayburn, guy named White, in White Settlement, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that guy?
I remember.
Oh yeah, he was jumping after everybody. We had been to Waco, and we were causing all kinds of hell, and there wasn't a word of it true. So I called up the sheriff, and I said, what gives with this guy? He said, well, you know, I just got elected, I'm saddled with these guys, and, you know, I can't just get rid of them.
And I'm sure he's still working.
I'm sure he is. And you know what? That's a good thing to check out. I'm going to find out. He was a city councilman in White Settlement, and then he resigned in a rant and a rage against bikers.
Yeah, wasn't that they were getting a proclamation?
Yeah, they were getting a proclamation. Yeah. Just like the bikers were in San Antonio when the city councilman down there gave them a proclamation, and then all of a sudden they turn around and she has to renege on it because law enforcement dug their heels in. So they do something good for the community, and they get a proclamation for it, and then we get this kind of shit. That's what we have going on, everybody. It's a sad situation, and it's something we're sick of, and it's something we're going to continue to fight. And many other clubs and everybody else will too. They will. Get ready to join us in Milam County. It'll be early October. It's going to be fun.
It's always fun going with us.
And it'll be interesting to see what the judge is going to do. He's got to give us a trial date or drop the charges. One or the other. He can't sit there. He can't sit there. And that's what he's wanting to do. Have a great evening, everybody. Geezer, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
I'm glad to be anywhere. But you guys, hey, if you don't have a motorcycle, buy one. Come ride with us. And Steve over there says, thank old fellas.
Don't know who he's talking to.
I can't deny that shit. No, I can't do it. With that, everybody, have a great evening. Ride safe, everybody. Ride safe.
Good night, everybody.